Hi guys! How are you today? Welcome back to my channel, Adventures in America. If you are new to my channel, my name is Jocelyn, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. And at the end of this video, if you like it, please give it a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. As of this time, foreign tourists are not yet allowed in the Philippines, and this is based on the immigration press release dated February 13, 2021. For those of you who are not familiar with the travel restrictions in the Philippines, there is actually a task force that was created to manage the entry of foreign nationals, and also they implement rules regarding travel restrictions for domestic travelers and also for international passengers. The latest resolution issued was resolution number 101, and it outlines the uniform protocols for domestic travelers. This resolution essentially states that there will be no travel pass that will be required for domestic passengers, and also there will be no swab test or COVID test unless required by the local government unit of destination, and also there will be no quarantine unless you are symptomatic at the time of your arrival at the airport. So these restrictions are not applicable for international passengers. Unfortunately, there has been no update regarding this resolution, if it's going to be applicable to international passengers as well in the future. There's a lot of confusion regarding the implementation of this resolution, but for this video, I'm not going to go into details because this is not applicable for international passengers, and unfortunately passengers have to comply with stricter health protocols. Please bear with me as I discuss the resolution that is applicable for international passengers. It is resolution number 97, and also I'm going to discuss who are the eligible passengers and the documents that must be presented. Also, later on, I'm going to discuss the arrival procedure in Manila, so just bear with me until the end of this video. Let me tell you that there is a resolution issued by the Interagency Task Force on the Infectious Diseases. The requirements under resolution number 97 states that, number 1, foreign nationals must have a valid and existing visa, except those who are balikbayan who can avail of the visa-free privilege for at least 1 year. The second requirement is that you must have a pre-booked quarantine facility for at least 7 nights. And the third requirement is that you will be subjected to COVID testing on day 6. And the fourth requirement is that you will be subjected to maximum inbound capacity. Another requirement is that you must wear a face mask and a face shield and download the Trace mobile application. Let's go ahead and go over the eligible passengers in the Philippines. Number 1, Filipino nationals. Please take note that Filipinos have the right to travel and stay indefinitely in the Philippines, including dual citizens. The documents that must be presented are Philippine passport, proof of citizenship, pre-booked quarantine hotel accredited by tourism and health agencies, and a COVID test upon arrival in the Philippines on day 6. It will be at the traveler's expense except for overseas Filipino workers, which shall be shouldered by OWA or LMAs. The second eligible passenger, non-Filipino or foreign spouse, and children or children with special needs of a Filipino national. The documents that must be presented are the following. If the foreign spouse is traveling with Filipino national, foreign passport only, no visa needed because they will travel under the balikbayan visa. And any of the following. For spouses, authenticated marriage certificate. For children, regardless of age, authentic birth certificate. Additional conditions set by the Interagency Task Force. However, if you are not traveling with a Filipino national and the Filipino national is currently residing in the Philippines at the intended date of travel, You need to present a foreign passport with Philippine valid entry visa or long-term visa, and any of the following: for spouses, authentic marriage certificate; for minor children only below 18 years old and children with special needs, authentic birth certificate, and also must meet the additional conditions of the IATF. If you are a foreign national and you are traveling to the Philippines, however, your Filipino spouse is in a foreign country, you cannot travel to Philippines because she or he is not in the Philippines. So the reason for the visit is to visit the Filipino spouse. Former Filipinos or balikbayan or dual citizens. The documents are foreign passport and actual, valid, old, or expired Philippine passport, or foreign passport and any of the following documents: authentic birth certificate, identification certificate, certificate of reacquisition, retention, or recognition, or previous immigration arrival stamp with balikbayan status, and also must meet the additional conditions of the IATF. The other eligible passengers are accredited foreign government and international organization officials and their dependents, non-Filipino foreign seafarers with 9C visa, and must present foreign passport or a seaman's book and must meet the conditions of the IATF. Also, non-Filipino foreign nationals with an eligible long-term visa. These are eligible visas under Section 13 Series Visa, RA 7919 Visa, EO 324 Visa, Native Born Visa, Temporary Resident Visa, and other Permanent Resident Visa, and visas issued by the economic zones, and Section 9E and 9G, and must also meet the additional conditions of the IATF. If you are a foreign national and you are traveling with your Filipino spouse, you will be able to avail of the visa-free privilege to stay for 1 year in the Philippines under the Balikbayan visa program. However, you must be a national of a country listed under Executive Order number 408. Otherwise, if your country is not listed, you will not be able to avail of the visa-free privileges. However, most countries are included under this executive order. Also, the marriage certificate must be authentic and the marriage must be valid under Philippine law in order to be admitted into the Philippines. All inbound passengers shall shoulder the expenses for COVID test, accommodation, transportation, and food except overseas Filipino workers. If you are an OFW, you need to register or sign up or create an account with OASIS program of the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration so you can avail of this accommodation or testing for free. Also, there are forms that must be filled out before boarding and upon arriving at the airport, and I'm going to send all the PDF or the links below so you can go ahead and fill out the information or look out for those information that you needed to submit ahead of time, and they will be posted on my description below. All overseas Filipino workers will be able to avail of the free hotel accommodation, free testing, food, and transportation. All other passengers, such as returning overseas Filipinos and foreign nationals, will shoulder the expenses on their own. Let's go over the procedures at the Manila airport. First, you needed to register through the ECIF from the point of origin. For those who are passengers of Philippine Airlines, there is an assigned ECIF for you, and I'm going to send the link below. For PAL passengers, you are assigned at Terminal 2. You will have to go through the one-stop shop upon arrival in the Philippines. And for all other passengers, you will be assigned at Terminal 1 and 3. And these are passengers covered by foreign airlines. For Terminal 1 and Terminal 3, you needed to register through PAD Lab. I'm also going to send the link below in my description. Number 2 procedure. Pre-book at any Bureau of Quarantine accredited quarantine hotel for at least 7 days from your arrival date, and for non-overseas Filipino workers and foreign nationals, prepare 4,000 pesos for RT-PCR testing or the COVID test and additional cash for transportation expense. Number 3, upon arrival at the airport, submit the accomplished health declaration form to the Bureau of Quarantine. Number 4, proceed to the OSS briefing area for a briefing by the Philippine Coast Guard on quarantine protocols and distribution of affidavit of undertaking. Number 5, proceed to Department of Tourism desk for validation of quarantine hotel facility. Number 6, proceed to private laboratory desk for processing of data and pay for RT-PCR testing to be conducted at your chosen quarantine hotel facility. Number 7, proceed to the Bureau of Immigration for clearance and passport checks. Number 8, retrieve your luggages. Number 9, submit duly accomplished affidavit of undertaking to the Philippine Coast Guard. And number 10, get taxi to your chosen quarantine facility or hotels and observe strict quarantine procedure. Now, here are the procedures while on quarantine. While on quarantine, plan, consider, and prepare the following: airline or bus ticket, letter of acceptance from your own local government unit or LGU, travel pass from any Philippine National Police office at point of departure. Number 12, on day 6, take the swab test at the quarantine facility by the assigned COVID-19 private laboratory. Continue observing strict quarantine protocols while waiting for test results. Number 13, upon receipt of negative result via email, wait for the Bureau of Quarantine health certificate indicating actual number of days on quarantine. And number 14, to check out, present yourself to the quarantine hotel facility in charge with documents mentioned in item number 13. Let's talk about coordinating with the local government unit. Upon clearance, avail of authorized transportation to your final destination. Do not loiter around and expose yourself to possible source of transmission. Your delay in reporting to your LGU can be a ground for imposition of another 14 days of quarantine. Always observe health protocols during your travel. Number 16, upon arrival in your locality, report to your barangay officials for accounting and instructions. Your LGU has been informed earlier about your arrival through a DILG mechanism. Number 17, complete home quarantine at your barangay to complete the required 14 days quarantine or as your LGU instructs. Number 18, once released from quarantine by LGU, continue observing minimum health standards like wearing a face mask, maintaining physical distance, and washing of hands. Again, if you have any other questions or comments, please post them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you guys for watching, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Again, thank you guys for watching, and if you have any other questions or comments, please post them down below in the comments section and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Again, thank you guys for subscribing and tuning in to my channel, and I will see you in my next video.